must answer these 22 recommendations before any deal is signed.
Fair Jones.
Thank you, Ms Bardell. It's a pleasure to see you in the chair today and a pleasure to follow the Right Honourable Member for Westmoreland and Lonsdale, who serves with me on the APPG for Farming, which I chair. I want to thank the Chair of the Select Committee and congratulate him on securing today's debate. If the Government does accept the recommendation from the TAC that a Minister for Agri-Food should be created, I can think of no one better for the job. But I'm delighted to have the chance to speak in this debate because farming is so very important to my constituency. According to the House of Commons Library, Brecon and Radnorshire is 48% agriculture and 47% forestry. So we are beef and sheep farming country on which thousands rely. And I make no apology for persistently standing up for my farmers because it's not just about the way in which they look after or produce our food, but in our case it's about looking after the countryside, our jobs, our views, our language, our clean air, water and soil. Agriculture is the beating heart of my constituency and I want it to stay that way. But quite rightly, farmers in Brecon and Radnorshire are concerned about the future of their industry. They want their children to have prosperous jobs to inherit. That's why I campaigned for the creation of the Trade and Agriculture Commission and lobbied ministers to ensure that it would be put on a statutory footing, for which I thank the Secretary of State once again. I was also incredibly keen for there to be Welsh representation on the Commission. And I'm delighted that both NFU Cymru and the Farmers Union of Wales were both heavily involved. And I would urge the Government to make this a formal part of the Trade and Agriculture Commission. I've just at lunchtime met with a group of my farmers and they were very, very clear that they want us working together. Trade is of course a reserved matter, but they do want both the Welsh Government and the UK Government to be working closely together to make their lives just a little bit easier. And I was listening to the member for Swansea West as he reeled off his list of complaints about the government. I have to say, he said nothing about what the Welsh Labour government is doing to farmers in Wales through their draconian nitrate vulnerable zone plan. That's not my word, that's how my farmers are describing it. And I wish he would recognise that his government has a role in that. The other point I would make is that this, it has been said through this debate that the deal with Australia will serve as a blueprint for any future deal, and that just simply isn't true. Otherwise, the deal with the European Union, which is zero tariff, zero quota, the first time in history any such deal has been agreed, that would have served as a blueprint for Australia, and of course it hasn't. So I did want to just briefly challenge that point. However, I do agree with the member for Tiverton and Honiton that the government should be going as fast as possible. Farmers do not want to stand still. They want every opportunity to trade their way around the world. I've known the Honourable Gentleman for many years. We've worked together very well, and so I hate to disagree with him, but I do think he's being a tad harsh on the government when he criticises the government for not formally appointing members to the TAC. That process is underway because I myself have been encouraging my farmers to get involved. So I think he's being a little tough on the government there. But I do want the government to put its foot down on this issue and work quickly to create the commission. And again, I would urge the government to find ways for members of this House to engage with the Commission so that we can make sure that the voice of our constituents is heard loud and clear. The final point I would make, conscious of time, that the membership of the Commission does need to be the practical voice of farming, not the men in posh suits, but those with dirty fingernails, those who really do understand what it's like on the ground for a day-to-day farmer. So, conscious of time, I will end there. Thank you.
Mr Alistair Carmichael.
Thank you very much.